this is Tess Kenny with Sally for Reader's Theater Quarter 1, and I read The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime. From the title, you might think that this is a mystery, and it is a mystery of sorts, but it is more about the main character, Christopher, than the incident itself. The book is told from Christopher's perspective, and you quickly realize that Christopher sees the world much differently than we do. He only eats certain foods, he counts cars to see if it's going to be a good day, and he really hates the colors yellow and brown. Through all of these clues, you realize that Christopher is autistic. Christopher is a teenage boy, and he lives in England with his father, and his mother is dead. He also attends a special class, but he is brilliant, and he aspires to be an astronaut. The plot of the book is centered around Christopher finding a dead dog. So, Christopher decides that he wants to find out what happens to this dead dog, and through this investigation, he finds out things about his family that he didn't want to necessarily know. So, the investigation brings Christopher from his own house into the outside world. He starts talking to his neighbors about the dogs, and because he is autistic, the things that he talks about sometimes results in him having a complete tantrum or him being completely fine. Okay, so spoiler alert, ultimately Christopher discovers that his mother had been cheating on his father and that she has been alive the entire time. And his father also reveals that to get back at the man that she had been cheating with, he killed her lover's dog. So he finds out that his mother is living in London, and so he decides that, he's going to go live with his mother in London. So if you were a boy who were going to go on this crazy adventure all by yourself and you saw the world as being a completely scary place, you'd be a little freaked out too. And for Christopher, it is much worse. So he goes on this journey, and the author does a very good job of describing the world from Christopher's perspective because he is autistic, so he doesn't really see the world as everyone else does. And so I think that the turmoil of this trip and going on the train and all that stuff is really captured well by the author. So eventually you find out that the mother is living in an apartment and Christopher finds her, and she is appalled at the fact that Christopher never knew that she was alive and living in London. Eventually the two return to Christopher's home, and he takes his A-level math test, gets an A, and leaves the reader feeling hopeful about his future. Especially because this book is written from Christopher's perspective, the book is really interesting to read. I never really read a book from this perspective before, and the style really captivated me. So I think that it was a different book, and I just really enjoyed it. I would recommend this book to anyone except for a dog because I think that the death would be really traumatizing for them. So I think this would be worth anyone's time. And if you read The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, you would also enjoy this book because the two are very similar stylistically. And overall, I just really enjoyed The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Thank you.